Welcome back to Pack Report, where we talk all things Packers. Today we have the game preview of the Packers versus the Lions in Lambeau. We're just going to be going over what to look out for and a little bit of the injury report, so let's get right into it. As you can see on the injury report, we do have a pretty lengthy injury report, but I do think a lot of these dudes will play. I think the only people that might not go will be Barron Sorrell, maybe Savion Williams, and maybe not Stan Anderson. And then the bigger one would be Nate Hobbs. He was limited back-to-back days, but I don't know if he's going to go. He did have surgery about a month ago, and this was the first time he practiced since I think July 31st when he had that knee surgery. So between Barron Sorrell, Savion Williams, and Zane Anderson and Nate Hobbs, those would be the four I think are really questionable. The other guys that are marked down I think are going to go for sure. I think Dontavian Wicks will go. I think Jaden Reed will go. Micah I think will for sure go. I would be very surprised if he doesn't. As far as the Detroit side, they don't have anything too significant. Sion Vaki's out, which I mean doesn't matter too much, but that is like a notable player that they have out. But besides that, not too big injuries on their side. But yeah, hopping into this game review, I just want to go over like kind of the keys of the game, my prediction, and what I'm going to be looking out for during the game. This is a familiar matchup, obviously, a division opponent, NFC opponent, NFC North opponent. Play them twice a year, and they've kind of had our number in the past couple years. It is kind of shitty this is week one game. I don't really like week one being a division game because they mean so much, and obviously these teams are going to be nowhere near what they're going to end up being. Week one, anything can happen, and I'm guessing it's going to be a pretty weird game. So I don't love these division matchups to start the season, but it is what it is. One of the things I'm going to be looking out for is the Lions interior. They did get 3 new starting offensive linemen on the interior, I believe. They lost their center Frank Ragnow to retirement. I think they moved their left guard to center, and they have Tate Ratledge at right guard, who's a rookie and our second-year player, and they have a rookie at left guard, I believe. If I'm getting that wrong, feel free to correct me in the comments, but I think that is accurate. But yeah, they have all new interior. That's obviously a downgrade from last year, so I'm curious to see how that matches up with us losing Kenny Clark. I feel like this is kind of a good test for us, because if we don't perform well against this interior, I might be a little bit worried about the interior if we don't perform well against this. But yeah, it's going to come down to who wins that matchup, because I think whoever runs the ball well in this game will end up winning the game. And you already know the Lions are going to come out and run the ball straight down the middle just to see what that interior is looking like for us. I would expect to see a heavy dose of David Montgomery early in the game. They're obviously going to get Jameer going sideline to sideline, but I think they're really going to come out with David Montgomery trying to get downhill, right up the gut, right off the rip, just trying to test what our run defense is looking like without Kenny Clark. But I think we're more than up for the task. I believe in DY, I believe in Colby Wooden, I believe in all those guys. They obviously saw something in training camp to feel good about letting Kenny walk. I mean, obviously they didn't let him walk, they traded him for Micah, but they felt good enough about what they saw in training camp that they felt that he was expendable, I believe. And all the reports out of training camp is that Colby Wooden was looking really good. Devontae Wyatt, I believe, is going to take that step. And I really believe in Nazir Stackhouse as a run defender on early downs. So I think that's really going to work out well for us. The next thing I'm looking out for in this game is 4th downs. Last year when we played them, they went for it, I believe, on every 4th down. If it wasn't the first meeting or the second meeting, every 4th down they were going, and I don't think that was a Ben Johnson. I think that's Dan Campbell, so I believe that will still stay. So we need to be looking out for that on third. If it's 3rd and 8, they're gonna run the ball. They're playing 4 downs. Like once, even in their own territory, they're playing for 4 downs. So even on 3rd and 8, we have to be expecting the run sometimes. They're trying to get it to a 3rd and 3 or 4th and 3, 4th and 2, and they're going to go. I believe Jeff Hafley will be more prepared for that this time around. I hope so. They were going for it a lot on 4th down and just had a lot of success. So hopefully we have a plan for that, and we just can't let those things happen. If we can get a stop on 4th down early in the game, I think the momentum would really shift in our favor, obviously, especially at home. I think if we could get a stop early, that would be huge. But yeah, that's where I just want to go over the 4th downs. They had a lot of success on them, so I'm curious to see how that works out in this matchup. I touched on it a little bit before with the interior of the offensive line for the Detroit Lions, but stopping the run, I believe this is a key for both teams. I think whoever runs the ball well in this game will win the game. If we come out and can't stop the run, they're keeping Mike off the field, because I think he only will be in on most 3rd downs in situational pass rushing situations where we just have a package for him or here and there. I think he'll probably only play 20 to 25 snaps if I had to guess, just because this is going to be a short turnaround on Thursday Night Football when we have the Commanders next week. So I think he will only play a limited time. So if they're able to run the ball and keep him off the field and just be able to pound the rock on us, I feel like they might win this game. But I think that them the same for us. If we can get Josh Jacobs going, get the play action going, I think we're going to have a lot of success. I think people seem to forget that we weren't able to run a lot of play action last year with Jordan's mobility. We couldn't run a lot of boots. We couldn't really run under center a lot. We were out of gun. We ran a lot out of gun. We ran a lot out of pistol. And that's a huge part of Matt LaFleur's offense that I think people forget that we just didn't run last year with Jordan Love's groin and his knee. Like, he's just not being healthy. We couldn't run that part of our playbook. So I think if we get Josh going early and we can get play action going, I think we're going to have a lot of success against that secondary. The next one would be it's going to be week 1. I just don't want to see a lot of sloppy football from us. It's been a thing in the past, especially last year. It kind of lingered on for a while with just these penalties on long runs. You would see Josh's runs get called back. I know it's going to be week 1. There's going to be some flags. There's going to be a little bit of sloppiness. I just don't want to see too much of it, just because we shot ourselves in the foot every time we play the Lions. I feel like they're a good team. I give them credit. They beat us both times, but we did not do ourselves any favors last year. I believe we just always shot ourselves in the foot with holding penalties, turnovers, just dumb mistakes that are avoidable. And especially in that second matchup, I believe we could have won that game if not for the self-inflicted wounds. So I really hope we play a clean game. And along with that, we go to the drops. I think this is something everyone's looking out for. The drops last year were horrendous, and I don't think people really talk about that. Like, they always say Jordan took a step back, Jordan took a step back. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it was. He was hurt, and we had 2 receivers in like the top 10 in drops. If we can start catching the ball, his numbers are going to skyrocket. I think that's not what it's really about, but I just believe our drops were a huge issue last year, especially against this team in the first matchup when we played in the rain at Lambeau. We were thinking Lions are a dome team. They're the ones going to be struggling with the weather. No, they had 0 drops. We had like 6, I believe. So they came in, they did their thing. We need to be more prepared, especially for the drops. I believe that's why we drafted Golden. He's just a sure-hand catcher. But Dobbs, Reed, Wicks, we need those dudes to catch the ball. Even Kraft had a couple drops last year, so hopefully we can clean that up, and that's something I'm going to be looking forward to early in the game. And the last one, it's going to be a pretty obvious one. It's just going to be Matthew Golden. I just want to see, I mean, obviously there's Micah, there's some other things to look out for, but for me, it's Golden, because I believe how he performs. Obviously, it's week 1. It won't be the end-all be-all, but if he is that guy that we think he is, could really set this team over the top. If he can win on third down against man, that was a problem we had. People couldn't win their one-on-ones, and you could see us kind of getting locked up when in crucial situations we didn't really have a go-to guy. I think that's what people think. Like, yeah, I don't mind that we don't have a number 1 wide receiver most of the time because we spread the ball out. Matt LaFleur's system is really great. Jordan does a good job getting everyone involved, but it's really when it comes down to those crucial third downs, gotta have it. We don't have a guy that just wins and we know you can go to him since Devontae Adams. So if Matthew Golden can be that guy, I think this team's offense is going to be next level, I believe. So yeah, really excited to see what he can do. The secondary isn't like the greatest. They have good safeties. I wouldn't say their corners are otherworldly or anything. So I think Matthew could have a good game. Curious to see if he plays much in the slot. I have him as an outside guy, but with Jaden Reed's drone fracture, I wonder if Wicks goes to the slot when he comes out or if they bump Matthew in. So we'll see how that works out, but I'm really excited to see how he is. All the reports out of training camp is this dude's obvious, like by far our best receiver. Like, you can just see it. He's our best receiver. Sure-handed catcher, super fast, really nice routes. So I'm really excited to see what Golden can do. Those are my main things I'm looking out for in this game. And I'm going to drop a prediction for you guys. I do have us winning 27-21. I do have the Packers finding a way to take this home. I just think we're going to be able to stop the run a little bit better than people think. And I think we're going to make it pretty tough on Goff. If we can stop him early downs and get Goff off his spot, I think Goff's going to struggle under pressure. And I think he will commit a turnover. So I do have us winning 27-21. But that's going to do it for the game preview. Let me know what you guys are looking for down in the comments. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. The next one will probably be a post game, a reaction to whatever happened in the game, kind of going over that stuff. So look forward to that. Turn on post notifications if you want to be alerted for that. And I'll catch y'all in the next one. Thank you.